godforsaken all the things right in spite of Kumbar mistakes. I've gotta change to do this. I plan to change the sequence. Instead of hanging on dreams, I'm gonna stand on my 2 feet and make reality the thing that doesn't seem to be believable. See you go, retrieve it slow. Nothing is unreachable. Even though decisions made have left the water treading harsher, I'll be working harder and smarter to be a better father, husband, uncle, son, nephew, brother, friend, or colleague. Leave distractions at the door. Ignore the streets when they're calling. I'll be off the work on my grind. If I'm gonna shine, I gotta change my life and do things different this time. I was sitting there and I'm sitting now. I'm just trying to make things alright. I was sitting there and I'm sitting now. I'm just trying to fight that good fight. I was sitting there and I'm sitting now. I'm just trying to change things alright. I was sitting there and I'm sitting now. I'm just trying to live that good life.
What's up, everybody? My name is Johnny, and I am one of the co-hosts of the Rappers Corner and Remember the Record YouTube video podcasts. In the Rappers Corner, we are interviewing rappers, producers, and other adjacent hip-hop artists, talent, at least once a month. And it's just an opportunity to chop it up and help support some of these artists that are maybe not as well known out there in the internet universe. For Remember the Record, we are getting together and we're looking back on classic bangers from back in the day. The whole concept of the podcast is that growing up, me and my friends used to love sitting around talking about our favorite hip-hop records. And I've learned from shows just like this that people love hearing about their favorite things and just hearing people talk about them. And so we came together and decided to turn it into a podcast to help promote, support, and big up this genre of music that we love so much. We just have a really good time, and we hope that you come over to the podcast and just check us out. So once again, head over to YouTube and look up The Rappers Corner or Remember the Record, and I'm Johnny, aka Johnny Warbucks. Check us out. YouTube. The Rappers Corner. Remember the Record. Do you remember the record? Bye.
Queen Latifah was, for me, like, and again, this is a kid that's like 9 years old, 10 years old, is in my eyes when I first saw her, I was like, yo, that's the first female MC. You know what I mean?
Right.
But again, like, it wasn't the case, but it was so big. Like, I remember watching BET, but back when there was Rap City, and like just MTV and just everything. It was on it constantly. And like, I was like, I really dug it because like she came with like the whole like New Jersey like look. You know what I mean? And at the
we see some of the girls up in high school rocking that.
Yeah.
What do you call it? The overalls with the shirt.
With the one thing,
Little hoodies with the strings on them, the little beanies.
She had that look, and at the same time, like what she talked about now. Because LL came like that with this song. Like he described like how it, like when I hear it, I'm like, I'm there. I'm feeling that day. You know what I mean? Like, like the sun, everything. It's that day. And like anytime I hear that song. Now the other thing, I mean, like I said, I mentioned before, it's Boyz II Men.
We need to definitely give our props to Boyz II Men. At the time of this album release, Boyz II Men was at their they were gigantic.
Yeah.
They had a new album coming out. That's the Four Seasons of Loneliness was coming. This record was massive. For me, it was the first time I ever heard bass. And I didn't know people talk like that. I mean, like, I know before that there was like some Barry White and all these cats existed. But it was my first time hearing somebody where it was just like, man, I can't tell you how many times I'd be on the phone with somebody and I'd be like, talking to one of my girlfriends, and I'd just be like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, man, no. I was playing Nintendo.
Boys to Men and LL Cool J taught us.
Yeah, like. I think the very first question that I think everyone has on their minds today, my man, is Liu Kang the greatest Mortal Kombat character in all time?
No. I'm going to tell you why. They switched his actors from part 2 to part 3 first off, right? And in part 3, you got the dopest combo with the high punch block and then the kicks. But after that, they had to try to, like, if you think about it, Liu Kang is mad egotistical. He took Raiden's spot, yo.
He did.
He went after Raiden's spot, he took Raiden's spot, and then he was like, yeah, I did that. He don't even try to, like, yeah, he's more than a god now. He's the keeper of time. Like, come on, yo. And yo, he stole somebody's style from the start, dog. He was trying to be Bruce Lee, man. I can't do it, yo. You know what I mean?
There's all these great games coming out of PlayStation. Never owned one in my entire life. And I was working at a restaurant where I was talking to a fellow bartender of mine, and we were talking about, games on the PlayStation. I was like, man, the game that looks fascinating to me is Shadow of the Colossus. He brings this PlayStation and Shadow of the Colossus and God of War and lends it to me and was like, I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and lets me play it. And I just was enamored by the sheer epic awe of this video game and fell in love with it. Returned it to him. Last time I ever played it, years passed by, and my father gets a PlayStation 4, and I find out about this remake that had already been out. And my daughter's all but 4 years old, and I'm like, baby, we're gonna play this game that Dad is so excited about playing, Shadow of the Colossus. She loves this game so much. She knows the names of all the characters. She knows exactly how to beat them all. She tells people. She's got her own little character that she created called the Guardian Cat that's completely inspired by these colossi. and she's also, in that time, 4 years old. So she has the attention span of that and is like, can we play Shadow of the Colossus? Can we play Shadow of the Colossus? Every weekend, I think I have beaten Shadow of the Colossus since that gap of the one time playing it. I think I have beaten Shadow of the Colossus 20 times on every difficulty level.
I love it.
I still love it. I still love the game. It's just that now I really do need a break from this.
I get it. But you know what though, dude? I'll say, like, I have not played it 20 times. I've played it twice, but I actually enjoyed it more the second time through, because the first time it's fun. It's an adventure, but the second time through, I knew what to do most of the time. And I was like, it's special, man. When you sent me and I started playing it, I call video games art all the time because I do think they're art. But I think that, like, for example, Super Mario World is art, but it's fun art. I don't look at it as like a work of art. I just think it's really fun. Whereas, like, and I hope that what I'm trying to say makes sense. Shadow of the Colossus is it's fun, but it is a legitimate work of art.
First off, when you fire up the game, love the music.
All right. Well, I like the music.
dun 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 dun. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's very tropical. It's very stars. Yeah.
So the game opens with this really nice title screen. You've got this pretty tropical landscape, blue sky, blue sea, palm trees, islands, all that kind of stuff. Looks really nice. I'm impressed right off the bat.
So right away, between the title screen and the music, I'm digging the tropical vibes.
It starts off in the daytime, and then suddenly in the tropics it gets dark, and boom, Star Tropics.
There's this amazing silhouette of the trees against the moonlit ocean.
We get a little shooting star there, and then after a little bit, if you wait a little bit, you get that little old school NES cutscene.
The title appears among the constellations in the sky, and a shooting star flies by.
And, you see a helicopter making its way to Sea Island.
Oh, and there it is. There's Sea Island in the shape of a sea.
I like that the narrative is focused on a character named Mike, but then you create your Mike. So your Mike has his own name. And I don't know why I find that very funny.
I go with the name Mike on file 1 because I'm a stickler for canon characters having their canon names.
Load up screen, exactly like the old school Zelda games. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I play one of these single character games, it's one thing if I have a party. If I have a party, I'm naming everybody, my friends and family and whatever. But when it's just the one character, I always name it the character. So, Mike. That's what I'm going to name this guy, Mike.
I will not name him Mike.